So mental health level 2 is being framed under those umbrella of evidence-based education structure and work-based education. So now, let me focus on the work-based. If you watch the videos that was on it, there are lots of conversation regarding stigma, regarding compassion, regarding safeguarding, and also first aid, mental health. Yes, these are all you need, the skills you need to work in mental health organization in the UK. So now, you did this thing on digital form, where many people were having access to it. In the UK right now, healthcare service, if you are working in healthcare service, you need digital skills. It's like the way you use your mobile phone to be able to place what we call observation, assessing patient. There's what we call Section 17 of the Mental Health Act. So you need all these things to put assessment in, and you did it in digital form. And also the time as well is 2 days course, which is normally 2 hours. If we're going to do it in UK, it's a 2-hour section or 2-hour Zoom. They just finished. Many of them doesn't even do assessment. So because this thing is external, is in Nigeria, we want transparency. That is why assessments were involved. We're not scared of that. We're not thinking it's too much for you. Going back to our university in Nigeria community, some of us read about 3 textbooks to finish our course. So we know that you can go through the assessment and pass it. Yes, you can use it in the UK. And in Nigeria, as I said before, if you look at mental health regulations, UK and Nigeria have relations when we talk about assessment, treatment, and safeguarding patients, anyone who is having cognitive impairment. So they have the same link when it comes to providing care service, both Nigeria and the UK.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Alex. Thank you. Just a minute. Okay. Yeah, I just took somebody off down. Please, before we go ahead, you must dress properly and decently if you're going to join us in this program, because this is more or less like a live class. So your appearance must be seen to be decent. Okay, let's go ahead. So from all indication, Mr. Alex, what you just told us is that it is acceptable to work anywhere here in Nigeria and in UK. And I also understand that when you get a job in UK with this certificate, you start as a care assistant. Okay, having said that, it's a very good thing to note. Now that we know that we can use our certificate here in Nigeria and in UK, we also want to find out from you, sir, what is the simple process, apart from assuming you've gotten your level 3, so that we don't talk too much about level 3 and other things. If you've gotten your level 3, what is the simple process from start to finish in getting a sponsor, recruitment agency, and finding yourself in UK? Because definitely that is why almost 90% of persons are doing this course. Take it or leave it. So let's not just beat about the bush. Let's go straight to that. Yeah, Mr. Alex, over to you.
I'm not sure.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, I think your network was a bit wobbly.
Okay, so let me rephrase everything. I said we've done level 2. We know we can use it to work in Nigeria and work in UK as a care assistant or all that. And we also know that, just a minute, we also know that we are set to start doing our level 3. And we know that with level 3, you can actually start processing your papers to go to UK through getting the sponsors and recruitment agencies, which are all in those documents we gave to you in the class day before yesterday. Now, while we know those informations are there, we also want you to see how you can just do a brief rundown of the process for relocating from Nigeria to UK if you've done level 3 or done any other caregivers, you have other caregiver certifications. Does the process from A to Z, and just an advice, kind of.
Yes, in the past 2 years, we've been hearing the word care visa. So, and if you remember my last second Zoom seminar we did, I talked about inexistent the immigration websites, UK immigration website, and the UK government never put this thing on their media, and it wasn't on the immigration website. But for the past 1 week, we were questioning some of the agencies that takes our course award in working in health and social care level 3. So they send us a link where we find out that the immigration website, UK immigration, they've updated it. So now, working in Band 2, Band 3, in the UK health and social care, you can be called healthcare assistant, support worker, nursing assistant, caregiver that you actually know. So right now, this thing has been updated on the immigration website. So what is it all about? It's under UK migrant visa, high-skilled migrant visa, they used to call it. So now they now list lots of qualifications like doctors, nurses, the same high skill, but they now added this language, support worker, nursing assistant, just for you to get it clear that yes, you having this certificate, you are qualified to work as healthcare assistant, nursing assistant, support worker. They are the same. I'm health and social care educator, so I know what I'm saying. A lot of people will say they want to do support worker. They want to do healthcare assistant. Yes. So now, when it comes to the immigration advisor, or because we doesn't process visa, or visa processing unit, there are lots of proficiency you also need to meet when we talk about English skills. Someone asked last time, do we study, we talk in English, we speak English in Nigeria. Why are they asking us to do English test again? I can't answer that question, but I know there's a name, they call it that IES or ESO. We usually call it ESO in the UK. So now, you will also need to do some medical checkup. You will also need to have your vaccine. You will also need to have your DBS, they call it in the UK. In Nigeria, you call it criminal record check. So all these things are very important that immigration officer, whoever is supporting the agent, they need to put you clear on how much or the process of this. We doesn't advertise it. And another thing we want to talk about is that in terms of organizations that you need to apply for, the immigration office also talks about license. So this is very important, what I'm going to say now. In the UK, it's difficult for you to see one organization employing over 5 or 10 people from international community, because we have high level of jobless community in the UK right now. When we're talking about the impact of COVID-19, even before the COVID-19, we were having challenges in employment. So if you outside UK coming to you, you need to have that in perspective. Why are they employing me when there are lots of people there? So what separates you from lots of people in this community? They don't have this education you are having. That's number one. And two, your CV and those your English test. that you're actually doing kind of frame you or promote you for them to say, okay, this one is okay. As I said before from the beginning, level 2 is one of the mandatory courses. So some of all these health courses you are doing, some of them 5,000 naira, 10,000 naira, 1,000 naira. This is what they need in the healthcare organization. They're about 40 or 50, depending on the care organization you are working. They can ask you to do 10 of them. They can ask you to do 6. But mental health awareness, award in working in health and social care, especially the level 3 that we have structure right now that you're going to do in Nigeria. That is graded on a diploma skills education England based, the way it's been structured. So we are debating right now under the accreditation. They should accredit it for us as diploma rather than just a certificate, because we already have the same level structure with diploma. So yes, you can work with that level 2 and the same process. Whoever, whether solicitor, pastor, comings and high migrants, care worker, doctor, the same process you are going to follow when it comes to processing your document, having your passport, having some money. You need to maybe rent a place you want to stay for a week or 2 weeks or a month before they start paying you money. Yes, there are some organizations that can pay you everything, bring you here for free. But I tell you what, my organization doesn't do that because we have limited resources to look after people that we will employ, international community. So if I was having the chance to come across a CV that will have mental health awareness, that will have all these proficiencies that are listed, we'll say, okay, let's take this person, even if it's coming from Nigeria, because it saves us money. We save lots of money for taking you because you already studied them from that community.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Alex. That's a very good one. As I can see, I think everybody seems to be getting their questions answered. Yeah. One important question that keeps ringing bell all the time or keep popping up is this question that, what if I don't have any background in the health sector? I know we've talked about this several times. We've explained this, but you can still talk about that. If you don't have background in the health sector, can you still come into the mental health or caregivers and get a job there after studying?
Yes, 100% yes. But the fact is that we shouldn't forget our culture. We shouldn't throw away our culture. I can pretend to be talking British, talking American, talking, maybe speaking French, but my culture still stay there. Now, to work in the health and social care, the way I started in voluntary organization. I volunteered for 5 years. So now, when I was doing the interview, the question they were asking me, they were from the volunteer job I was doing for 5 years. So I was, the certificate, the same certificate you are getting, I was getting level 1, not level 2, under the Millennium Volunteer during the Labour Party in the UK. So I was one of the community coordinators for Millennium Volunteer then, knocking hearts door to door to get people back into work, which is one of the skills we are using today, that we have make sure lots of people in Nigeria University, in Ghana, in is it Uganda?
Yeah.
And so to get all this qualification. So now they accepted me on the job because of that experience and those level 1 certificate. Why is it important that we need to study? Because you need the values, you need the skills, you also need some of the basic, when we talk about compassionate, there's, I don't know if they have 6C. I usually refer people to 6C. If you write 6, then you write C and S, if you type it on Google. So this gives you full package of health and social care. Most especially the level 3 that is coming. So it changed your behavior. It changed your thinking. You know, sometimes we might not think about the regulation. We might not think about mental health as first aid. We might not think about even the word compassion. We might not even think about it, you know, except those who are religious. Sometimes you can be compassion. But however, the course guides you. It gives you, it pushes you to have the attitude of the same people who you are going to work with to look after those who are vulnerable. When you are talking about people with cognitive impairment now, if your language is, if you're not using the right language, you can't communicate to them. And that's why it's very important we understand the meaning of mental health, the impact of mental health, especially the stigma around mental health before you can work in the UK. That is why this education is very important. And that's why we're also increasing it again, because we've had many reviews and we like people calling us, telling us they don't like this. Don't just, I know a lot of people have tried to report the Plage Metaverse in the past, thinking it's fake. It's not fake. Right now, it's an accredited, it's a center, it's an approved center for CPD accreditation that has the same level with the UK Educational College. So it's not just a college that just, institute that just fly from heaven. It's something that was created through your review, through your questioning. You know, it's about questioning, because why do I have to do this, like what we are doing now? Then we upgrade it. If you don't like it, everyone is different. We have different learning style. We are not expecting you to know everything. I would like to say this. Somebody called me 3 weeks ago. No, the person didn't call. They forwarded the person message to me. She came from Nigeria and she did the same mental health. So the first question she asked, that I promise when they come here, they call, and where is the job they want to start job. I was like, yeah, that's fine. I'm going to send you this link. The name the person was using relate to the name I know very well, but I didn't bother to ask the background. But one thing that shocked me is that this person looks like someone who was not studying the course, because the person doesn't really know what a mouse is. He doesn't know what, the person wasn't having any insight to mental health awareness. She wasn't having insight to the process that she went during the course. So please, if you are one of those, either your husband or your wife or your children did this course for you, it's not fair. Try as much as possible. If it's the video, just watch them. You know, try and listen again, and it helps a lot. Because if you get the job, we are talking about human being. We are not just providing, I have compassion for mental health awareness. So if we provide this course and my name is on the certificate, or our organization is on the certificate, or Dr. Usaz's name is on the certificate, it will be unfair that you are having certificate, but you can't prove it that you studied, you know? Yes, you can work without, even if you are not in health background, if I forget to say that, even if you've never done healthcare before, you can still work in the health and social care with this level 2.
Yeah, thank you very, very much. We appreciate this response. And I think we are taking care of very important issues. Questions like if you can...
I see quite a few people.
Yeah, we'll come to them. We'll come to them. Yeah. So we have questions popping up. Questions like, can IELTS be waived and all that? Please, we might not be going into such question and answers about IELTS. The point is that it is a requirement for you to move ahead. So if it's a requirement, I think you don't have a choice but just to follow and give them the requirement, and that's all. So let's move on to some persons here with their hands raised. Yes, and for those of you asking about tests, please, the test is going to be by 8. It's objective, and we'll give you another chance to write if you fail. And We will not just maybe do that immediately. You can do that later. We'll fix another date for everybody to take the test again. But don't worry, that shouldn't bother you. Yeah, you will make it. Okay, so I will be calling on some persons now to ask a question. Please, once you get your question, just go straight to it and ask your question. Chibu, over to you. Chibu.
Chibu, we are Chief Eddie.
Hello, Chibu. Okay, I think we have to move to somebody else. Fagite Olushola. Fagite Olushola, unmute yourself.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, morning.
Actually, my name is Fagite Olushola.
Okay.
First and foremost, I would like to appreciate.
Hello?
I think it's network.
Okay, so let's move him. Rotimi.
To appreciate people, the
okay,
for this
he's back.
wonderful.
He's back.
Can you hear me, sir?
Okay, Fagita, I can hear you now.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So I want to appreciate you, the organizers, for this wonderful program.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it because I know if we are to pay for what we are getting from this place, in fact, we'll have to pay the bank. So we want to say a very big thank you for this program.
Thank you.
It's a loaded one.
Thank you.
God will continue to support you.
Amen.
Please, my question is that we've been talking about UK. What about using these certificates in Canada? Is it also, is all these things we'll be hearing also applicable in Canada or elsewhere? That is my question, sir.
Yes, it's applicable in Canada. I think Canada and UK, they have the same monarch and the same regulated rules. It just the migration that divided them. In terms of education, I think Canada in nursing, they have 4 years anyway, but mental health awareness all over the world, they are the same. It's not about the certificate really. It's about the context on which you study it that matters a lot. In the UK, if we focus on the UK, it might be a bit, it's okay. But if we go to Canada, a place like Canada, Australia, if you get paid £5,000 in the UK, in Canada, Australia, you'll be paid 15 to 18,000 pounds. You'll be shocked to know that. So I'm surprised everybody's talking about UK. Yes, in Canada, in Australia, in South Africa, in America, it's just that American mental health assessment is a little bit different from the UK, but it's added to the healthcare system when it comes to managing people with mental health issue.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for the answer. Ireti Onyigbo.
Hello, good evening. Can I speak now? Sorry.
Okay, okay, Chibu, you are back.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, thank you so much all for this opportunity. I'm really grateful. So I just have two questions. First of all, for the exams or the tests we're going to have by 8, I kind of used my husband's system to join the meeting, and that's why it's written Chibu. So I don't know if it's going to like disqualify me when I'm about to write the test. Is it going to affect me?
No, it's not going to affect you. It's not.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, then secondly, for Canada, I heard now you said quite clearly that you can use it for Canada, right? Also, so if you're saying if I have the level 3 certificate, I should be able to work in Canada too, because I'm actually going there to study. So I was looking at maybe like adding my certificate together with it to see if it's going to help boost my CV. Yeah. So I wanted to find find out if it's going to also be valid in Canada or it's just UK. But I just heard you now answer someone else that is also valid in Canada.
It should be valid. Again, let me quickly add to it. The level 3 that we are going to bring out is connected in a way to awarding working health and social care level 3. A lot of people have used that awarding working health and social care level 3 to combine with their degree in Nigeria. We have about 5 people now doing masters in Derbyshire, one of the Derbyshire University. They're doing masters. So they did this course with us. They also have a mental health awareness. So they added to the BSc from different disciplines. So that wasn't, because a lot of people study things that doesn't have relationship with health. So they added together to say they have this experience and education. So now your BSc covers you when we talk about academic experience. So this mental health awareness covers you under health care and healthcare education. Does it make sense?
Very well. Very well, it does. Yeah, thank you.
So we have different ways. It's just like they are going to assess you. If you are interviewing at your university, I don't know what you're going to do there, university or working. So they will also assess your social, your education, and your qualification. Did you see? So this mental health covers you on the work part of it when we talk about social. Oh. Then the education, your other education that you've had, covers you when it comes to academic.
Wow, perfect.
Did you see? So when it comes to skills, now when we look at most of the subjects, the topics, they meet up all the proficiencies when it comes to managing people who have cognitive impairment in mental health organization. And Canada is not left out of it. America is not left out. Australia, even Australia is not left out of it. The only difference is that I will say both in France, because the difference is the translation, isn't the translation of the language, isn't it? Mm-hmm. That is different. Mm-hmm. So maybe we need to bring someone to come and teach us French in mental health. So catch them away.
Thank you very much, Mr. Alex.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chibu. I'm sure you are okay now. Okay, we have Aremu Abibat. Oh. Aremu Abibat. Are you ready? Okay. Ajiboye Raphael. Okay, we shall have 5 minutes break. Just 5 minutes.
Yeah. Esther, tó bá ṣe kó wá lọ ra fún ẹ 500 wá.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. I think I have to remute everyone. I hope that 5 minutes break is enough for us to sort out some things. Okay, let's pick up some questions, then we'll get set to close for the night. Samuel Adu, over to you.
Okay, good evening, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, so this is my first time of doing any course.
I think you are far away from your speaker.
I'm actually using it. Should I remove it?
Okay.
Can you hear me now, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, so I said I don't have experience in the mental field before. It's my first time of doing this course. But I have got experience in other things. I'm into the media, I'm graphic, print, branding, and all of that. But I believe that this certificate can help me pursue another career in Canada. That's what I'm doing. So I want to know if it's going to be smooth for me in my process of securing the global opportunity in mental health, or I still need to do some other courses at this 17 and of course the three that I'm doing. That's my question.
Well, your voice is so faint and breaking. Maybe I'll advise you just type out your question, then we can go through it.
Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, so let me just repeat what I said. I've removed the earpiece.
Okay.
I want to, like, as it is now, this is my first time of doing any program that relates to mental health or nursing. Now, so I am, but before now, I'm into branding, I'm into prints, I'm into advertising and all of that. So I'm putting up, I'm doing this course to see if there can be opportunities for me, especially because there's opportunity abroad, which I'm already eyeing the opportunity to travel abroad to do some other things. So this course that I'm doing now, I want to believe it will avail me other opportunities of work outside Nigeria. And apart from that, is there any other my portfolio in the health sector, apart from my other IT and technical skills in design, print, and all that, and advertising?
Yeah. Before Mr. Alex will say something on that, sometimes some of these questions, when they answer related questions for others, we should relate it to our own situation so that we save time to and give more people, a lot of people, an opportunity to settle out some cases. Like your case is very simple.
Okay, sir.
You've gotten your level 2. You have already in the process of a career change. You understand me? So that's a career change. So what you just said is that you should go ahead to do a lot of courses in the health sector, level 3 and all that. Then acquire the skills which comes with the practical session you'll be having, like in level 3. You'll be doing your practical sessions. Then you are good to go. So you have the process already lined out in those documents we gave you. And just like you also explained this evening, you can start your process of relocating. Mind you, every requirement there is not necessarily ours to give you. So we've done our part. The other requirement is for you to now sit down and say, okay, let me handle this. So you have a way out. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, okay. Morojure Oluwa.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, good evening, sir. I really want to say thank you to the management for this initiative. It's a good one, though.
Thank you.
And God really bless the team, for everything you're doing for us. So my question is, there's just two. I want to be very sure. Probably, I don't know whether the manager or the CEO can really be more emphatic on the issue of the IELTS. So I want to know, is it a must? Is it mandatory that you have to get this done before you can get any job that has to do with mental health over there in the UK? Then 2, away from this package, like, okay, teaching us, bringing us on board, is there any other package that can actually attract us, motivate us, as part of the team, of this organization as students, that will really give us speed, so that instead of we just beating around the bush, missing our ways, so that I can fast track things for us. So that's what I want to know, sir, please.
Okay, Mr. Alex, we definitely say a word on the IELTS thing, but I want to say that for me, I believe in process. So if all the requirements they have is that you must have an English language test, I think we don't need to struggle about going around it and see how we can maybe just avoid it if you can. And it will shock you to see that it is very easy to pass your IELTS. Very, very easy. Yeah. So I think I know what I'm saying. Just give it a try, and that's all. And concerning the other section we talked about, we are creating a family, a global family of persons that have been trained in mental health and other caregivers training with us, where they will be in a single group. We can communicate, we can interact, opportunities will be shared for traveling, for studies, for working in Nigeria. These opportunities will go around, just as we're already seriously working hard to see how we can start a caregivers program in Nigeria where people can be employed in their thousands. So all that have been taken care of. Just keep in touch. You can get SMS from us. You can join us on our Facebook page. Check our website. You can be sure at every point in time that you'll be in the picture of what's going to happen. So, but Mr. Alex, I'm sure you want to say something about IELTS. Over to you, sir. Mr. Alex, are you there? Okay, while we are waiting for Mr. Alex, I just hope he has not been disconnected. Okay, let me see. Maybe it's muted. Alex. Oh, okay, I understand why. Okay, Mr. Alex, you can go ahead now.
So, yeah. Sorry, you muted me.
Yes, I just thought of it.
Yes, I think English language is not something we should discuss or even bring in. The only support we did is to engage the likely question and likely information they will ask, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You bring out that was the subject you bring in, isn't it?
Mm.
It wasn't English teaching or certificate. We don't offer that.
Mm.
But this is something to do with the regulation in international community.
Mm.
It's not just you, anyone who's going to go and work or study. So they must do that. There's nobody who will not do that.
Fine.
So you must do it. We are just bringing it in. When you say what else we need to do, a lot of people just think, oh, when they hear UK education, UK course, this thing came home. It's just like you bring in ego from the UK to Nigeria. That's what we are doing now. But that doesn't mean you just qualify holding the ego, then you are now British. You know, if you do, because there are other processes you need to follow, which is visa, even passport, isn't it? You have to do passport. Even sometimes you need your, many of us doesn't have birth certificate in our community. We need to go and get birth certificate. Like now, COVID-19 changed the story again. We need to go and do COVID-19 test. So it's not like anyone can go through the other way around. We are bringing this in. Even this conversation now is difficult for you to have it. This conversation we are having now. Don't get distracted with our compassionate engagement with you. There are many, many things you have to do. We can support you because you are in this community to say, no, this is how it is. It's easy. Even if this thing costs £5,000 in the UK, we say, oh, as far as you belong to this community, this is how we do it. You know, till last time we were debating if we have access to Nigerian education system or government or Minister of Education. We will change it in 1 month. We'll change that community. It's so easy. If lecturer is on strike, you will still be doing your courses. You can still finish it as far as we are concerned. Yes, that's what we are doing. It's not just Nigeria. I think we keep committing offense here. Uganda, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sierra Leone,
South Africa, Zambia, Kenya.
Yeah, we've created many structures, especially the mental health diploma that we are fighting to bring in now. It's everywhere. It's not just Nigeria. So when you're talking about Nigeria, although this mental health, the relationship between UK, Nigeria, and this mental health, if you look at the definition of the Mental Health Act regulation, I think it's 1916. 1916, they upgraded in 1950 something. They actually get the definition before the UK one. They talk about treatment, assessment, diagnose and treatment, and keeping someone who has a cognitive impairment safe. That's what Nigerian one is. You might not be aware. I'm just saying it now. You'll be shocked. That's the way. But that's the same thing UK is having. So, but Nigerians didn't create the structure of the course. It's Nigerians that took the structure, bring it to Nigeria. So we find out that they are the same, just that we don't have it in our academic. It's not in our universities, it's not in our colleges.
Thank you very much, Mr. Alex. Quite appreciate. We have just 2 more questions to take, and we will go in. Please, in case we are not able to answer your question, you'll be shocked that every single question you want to ask are in those documents we gave you yesterday. Major challenge is that some persons didn't even bother to go through. Well, if you did not bother to go through, just take a week out and just go through that document. And you discover that, wow, you don't need to stress yourself. So let me just take 2 questions as fast as possible. Jane Francis.
Hi. Okay, so let me just go straight to the point. Can you guys hear me, please?
Yes, go ahead.
I don't have any medical background. I don't even have any intention of getting the public health space. I work with non-profit organizations, and we just recently got funding for a mental health project, which is why I entered into this course, because I wanted to learn more about mental health. The project is mental health for orphans and vulnerable children and youths and the elderly in communities. Now, I've taken the course, I've listened to the training here. I'm trying to also like have an understanding of, aside from this funding, aside from the going abroad and working in mental health institutions where it's relevant, for people like me who are not really interested in the health sector for this particular course, what's the opportunities for us? That is, for me now, going forward with the certificate, aside from this project I'm handling, that is time-bound, 6 months. After this, what else do people like me, what other chances do we stand? I also have a degree in social works and sociology. So I think that, but aside from the mental public health sector.
Okay.
You studied degree in social work?
Yes. My first degree is in social work and sociology.
In Nigeria, and you didn't do anything related to mental health?
No.
Oh, anyway.
Mental health, it was more like psychology, because we did a lot of borrowed.
Okay. I'm just going to quickly, I'm not sure if I will answer your question, but help me out. I want us to answer this question together. You talk about NGO, right?
Yes.
Okay, now let's talk about the NGO. Let's assume that's the purpose of you taking the course. That's what you started, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, doctor,
yeah.
We have something for her under GPVT.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the NGO part she's talking about.
Yeah.
Let's start from there. So now, focus on, if you gave your name specially to doctor, yeah? If you focus on taking the next level 3, before you take that, before we start it, we're going to start you up with something. And we program to work with you under your organization. Does it make sense?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Okay, now let's forget, but let's talk about the other one again. In terms of you traveling, you did sociology and you did social work. That one now, if you go back to try and go to high skill migrant in the UK, just say care worker visa. If you type it in Google, care worker visa for UK, you will see the list. Your profession is there for those who are high skill migrant. So you will need to check your qualification very well. If you meet up with, if you speak to travel agent, there's a way they put you on the engine. Travel agent knows how to do. They will check.
Okay, I think we are frozen. We are frozen. Can we all hear? Can we all hear? Uh-oh.